Check 1 2, check. Hello, check 1 2, check. Check 1 2, check. What's going on? Can you hear me now? All right, I need to send my link over to the other group, and we'll be good to go. All right, perfect. All right, what'd you think of the episode? I like this one better than the last one. Still think 3 was my favorite though. Yeah, that one's dead anyway. Well, let's hope we get some people in here. I think we had technical difficulties last time. It's like every time I try beforehand, set stuff up, it messes up. That's all right. We'll figure it out. Indeed, it is. Hey, we got it working. What's up, Francis? Yeah, the ooze current kick. Hey, I just watched your last theories and breakdown video and loved it. If anyone doesn't watch current kick stuff, go sub him up. Yeah, the ooze was great. I don't see how he didn't see that coming. Ashton with the crits, man. It's like every combat he gets a crit in there. Every stinking combat. And then did you guys stay and watch his him roll for his stats? He just his health's gonna be ridiculous. Oh, that's rough, Mike. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It's changing people's people from being able to watch the start of the stream. 52 health at level 4. That is the one good thing about not the one of the good things about D&D that I love is as a DM, like as a player, you feel good because you have good stats and you're optimized. But honestly, the DM just changes it up to match you either way. So like if you end up as just a really weak player, the DM's going to scale it down. If you end up as a super strong player, DM's going to bring it up. And Matt, like he said, he knows how to deal with that. So, well, small day there, Choco. How you doing? Choco Chip. That's a great name. Who doesn't love Choco Chip? Court of Owls is great. Anyone not read Court of Owls? Those are the first new 52s I got. Were Court of Owls, the Batman and the Nightwing. I'm a big Nightwing fan. So, dude, how many people dropped? We had three people go unconscious. That's those exploding enemies, man. Just get those Cybermen from Dragon Ball Z. Mike, you don't think he's trying to lose any characters? You got to lose at least one. I feel like you got to kill one of them just to let them know, just to put them in their place. It's also a great story building thing, but you don't want to do this early. So when's Travis coming in? Everyone wants to know when Travis is coming in. I don't even know if it's gonna be next week. I said 2.5 shows, so it would be halfway between next week, but I really didn't feel like they made much storyline progress. The battle was great though. I thought that was a great combat because it was level 3 combat. It wasn't super complex and super easy to follow, and I thought it was just well balanced. Had the anticipation and the fear, and it was good. It was good to get back into a nice combat. Yeah, Charles, stressful indeed. Yeah, so FGG, like current kick, FCG, Imogen and Fern all dropped. Um, and honestly, one of those explosions would drop them too, right? That would be two death save fails, and I think Imogen failed on her roll too. So I had just been bad because any damage is a crit if I remember correctly. Yeah, night shift. That was super close to a player character death. I mean, because they couldn't move. Like if Orm wasn't right there, I mean, they couldn't move. If they can't move, those level 3 heals are usually touch. They're usually touch. So they were kind of screwed if they couldn't move. There's not a lot of strength based players in this group. So yeah, Matt does it. That's what I love about Matt is he's not going to save you. He's going to give every chance. He's not going to overtune it, but he's not going to save you. If you don't prep right, he will kill you. Oh, dog. Well, that's what it's up to, is whether they'll take the hook uh, to get his player. And they're seasoned enough; they will. It's just how long they take their time, and that's a good thing ultimately. But bad thing is you got to wait. Charles, what was all the live chat was? It was going super fast in the first half, so I missed a lot of it. Yep, no game next week. I need to put that back up there. I was asking how many of you guys play D&D because this is going to be a normal thing, right? No games. Was it end of the month, last Thursday of the month or whatever. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to maybe throw out some like one shots or something. Roll 20, do some one shots for people who have nothing to do on Thursdays. Mike, yeah, Matt wanted to keep them the fear of actually losing the characters for as long as he can, and he has to because you get past a certain point, it's so tough to kill anybody. Um, there's so many resurrection spells, and once they start getting those 1,000 gold diamonds or whatever, like it gets much tougher and just seems a lot less natural to kill somebody. So I heard someone say Travis was in the chat, but I don't know if that was real or not. But as a DM myself, I feel like it's vital to the game uh, to have death on the table. You don't need to stress them out all the time, but death on the table has to be there. There has to be consequences to actions, or else they just go and do what they want, and that just doesn't lead to a fun game for them. Ninja Master, you DM a game for in the wild. I haven't done Wild Mount setting yet. I heard it's pretty good, so I made my own world after playing a couple different of the Faerun and Curse of Strahd. Francis, you think the Travis will play the person Orm is looking for? I mean, that seems most logical. Or yeah, someone connected to him. That's the most logical for sure. Oh, dog, you think he's somewhere off screen in case they did something other than go straight to Dugars? I agree. I know last week we could hear him. I know that Taliesin, spoilers, whenever Molly died, stayed in the back. He was there the entire time, and that was 2.5 weeks before he came back. So, Mike, if they keep on putting in Batman references, imagine if Oshot is like a Ra's al Ghul. That'd be great. I would like to see Grog like uh, a Grog that's like or an enemy for them to fight, like a possessed or crazy Grog, something mind controlled. Someone brought him up in the chat, and I thought that'd be a lot of fun. Was Travis in the intro? I missed the intro. I got kids, so I was putting one of them to bed, putting the 4-year-old to bed. Yeah, like a Grundy Grog, that would be amazing. I mean, it would fit perfectly. We did a session that was I started everyone off at level 10, and I told them to model their characters off a superhero. It was like a 10 or 12-week session, and it ended up really fun. People really liked it, and they wanna return to it. So I think superhero sessions are really cool. Oh no, Mike. Retracted message. But yeah, for anyone who plays though, let me know if you guys would want to do like a one shot or something in roll 20. I'd be down to DM or play. I actually get to play a little bit now, which is fun. We switched off for once a month. One of my players actually DMs, and I get to play in a different setting, so I get to scratch that itch. Charles, yeah, they're in LA, right? It'd be dumb for them not to drive the same car. LA is awful as far as traffic goes. It is the worst. I've never been to New York City, so I can't say for sure, but it's the worst place I've been to. Been to all the other major cities in the US, and it is awful. Ninja Master, thanks party if for all just hit level 5 last week. Creating those campaigns from scratch. I'm starting to implement stuff from the new Fizban book. Dude, that new Fizban book is awesome. I love the Fizban book, and then the Tasha's Cauldron of everything. Both are fantastic. So, oh, dog, NYC, everyone just takes mass transit. That's what I hear. I think when I went to Philly, that was the first time I took any kind of subway before. So, but yeah, Ninja Master Fizzbands is awesome. We played a one shot, and our whole entire party were the Drake Warden Rangers, and we we acted like the Power Rangers, and so we summoned our Drakes like they were Zords, and it was a lot of fun because they have this reaction. So your Drake Warden Ranger, you get to as a reaction, the Drake gets to do some elemental blast, basically. And because the Drake actually allows the person who hits to roll the dice. So we'd wait for a crit, and then all of us would do our elemental blast, and it was a ton of fun. Dude, it was awesome. And we didn't tell the DM. So DM's one of my players, and this is like a second time DMing. And we didn't tell him. It was just 4 of us. We got together and set it up. And it was a lot of fun. I did a 7 level. We're level 10, 7 in Drake Warden Ranger because that's when you can mount your Drake, and then 3 in Fighter, the same one the Orem is. So that's not Champion, but Battlemaster Fighter. And so I tanked with 3 levels in Fighter, and it worked out great. I took mounted combat and protected the Drake. Not that he needed it, and it was a ton of fun. Yeah, I was never a cat person to begin with, so everything you said about cats was right on though. I miss Sam being a bard. Like, is anyone else missing that? Like when he does the ads or starts singing and stuff? Because I'm just not feeling it from our pretty boy. And I really like him. I like a lot of the stuff he does, but just and Duke can sing. I don't know why he doesn't sing. The Duke can sing. If you're a bard, I feel like you gotta sing, man. So I had the fire Drake. So I was red. I was Jason. Um, and then we had an ice Drake, a poison Drake, and what's the other one? Yeah, Darian. Thank you. I was skipping on his name. Yeah, Robbie's great. He had some good moments, but his bardic inspirations, like he's got all this talent, and he just kind of, hey, you can do it, buddy. Yeah, different bard styles, but he's like, as a person, he sings it during the cast, and so it just like I don't hate anything about Darian. I just I wish like it just makes me want to hear him kind of sing as the bard because he is a musician. He's still a musician. Choco Chip, yeah. I mean, his charm person was amazing. Uh, his little RP with Laura was amazing, or Imogen was amazing. Um, he's had amazing moments. It's just when he sings out of character and then doesn't sing in character, it just makes me want it. I guess is what I'm saying. Like, yeah, no, it's the character. Like it makes sense, but you know, and I love Robbie. I'll stop being so negative. I'm a fan. Big Pod Dragonheart parallels life. See, I always tell people or recommend to people when they're newer players, like if you have whatever your strengths are and your weaknesses are, put those in your characters. It makes playing it more natural. Dude, what about Fern though? Like I felt like this was her best. This was Ashley's best episode and our best session, and she's been killing it. So for her to just top everything else she did, just willing to murder the kids, send the kids in the holes. What was her other quote? Um, that whip thing was cool with Laudna and her. She had another quote that I wrote down, but oh, it's time for murder. Like she's just so up for murdering and killing and doesn't care, man. She is my favorite. Yeah, I mean it's she never leaves character when she's Fern. Like she stays there. Laura does the same with Imogen. She'll ask a question to Matt outside of game, but she keeps it. I remember I started watching campaign 2 before I went back and watched campaign 1, and I didn't know that wasn't Laura's base voice as Jester for for a while. That's how consistent she is. And Ashley's doing the same thing with Fern. Yeah, yeah. Carmen Steel. Fern is pure chaos. You gotta love it. Yeah, Topesu said to send the children in. Oh, there's little holes. Send the children in. Fern is jazz. That I want that shirt. I need that shirt. I will get a Fern shirt. I got the Minor Nine shirt last time, so hopefully they'll make a good shirt for Fern this time. right? Who thought Travis would be the adult of the group, actually pushing the storyline along? Like they even said it that without Bertrand there, they were kind of lost. Like didn't they're like, oh, he was doing a good job leading. Mike V. Travis better be the character that just openly asks how the hell they accomplish anything. Yeah, but that's kind of every campaign though. Is there are these badasses when it comes down to it, but then outside of it, they're nuts. Give me a second. Sorry about that. Carmen, even then, Grog did stay rather focused, usually on their objectives. Yeah, Grog was, he was once he got his sight set on something, he was moving forward constantly and had no patience, and so it worked really well for them to get stuff done. I have a cleric in my group currently that's pretty much like that. Like, when are we gonna kill stuff? And sometimes you need that person to push everyone else along. Charles Orm just standing in the back, trying to hurt cats. Yeah, I mean, you got to feel bad for Orm. He needs some help for sure. He needs some help. Carmen, I know I was really worried about the XU characters. I like Robbie. I like Robbie. Um, I'm still optimistic. And like I said, Fern's the XU, and she's my favorite. Um, Orm, as far as class, he's going very basic, and I like it. I really like that class. He showed this session what his class can do, just giving everyone disadvantage. That it's like goading attack, I think. Um, use one of his superiority dies to do that, and that's super strong. Like I like Bane, but Bane just gives them that where they have to roll a d4 and subtract it from their attacks and stuff. But giving disadvantage is way stronger. Mike just waiting for Derek to just fly in. That'd be fun. Um, Charles, yeah. Grok stayed focused on his deck of many things. Yeah, it wasn't always the best stuff he was focused on. I miss him talking to his cursed items, like his was it a sword or an axe? I forget. The evil one that always talked to him. Night Shift Zero. Yeah, Orm's goading attack combined with Ashton's gravity rage thing. Yeah, everyone's at disadvantage. The only bad thing about that is Orm wanted to get hit. He wanted to draw and distract from the people who were low. He wanted to kind of draw aggro like an RPG or something, but so that even though everyone was at disadvantage, he kind of I think he would have rather had him be the only one not at disadvantage, so that Matt would have had a reason to attack him. Thank you, Karma. Still, yeah, sword. That's what I thought, but my memory's awful. It's been a long time. But I like battlefield control, and that's what I would think was going through his head at that time, as he was kind of hoping that he wouldn't have disadvantage, so that he would be the one being attacked. Ninja Master, you hope everyone gets to see the eclipse. Oh, is it going on right now? Aren't you only able to see it from certain places, like Alabama or something? Charles playing Tempest character. How is that? They seem strong. I like having reactions. I play Magic too, and I like interaction and that's kind of what I felt with that fighter class was that you get to you're more engaged throughout the entire combat because you're waiting for your reaction. So I think it's a fun way to play. Carvasil personally, all at times it feels like Matt picks on Liam. Like there's some weird rivalry between them when it comes to how Matt rolls versus Liam's characters. It's possible. I mean, Liam, coming into it, he was the most experienced. He was the DM before he became the player. Um, he was Matt's boss on a few jobs, so that could, ego could always be there. This isn't a big ego group, but that could always drive into some, lighthearted rivalry. I feel like Taliesin tries to break Matt's game more than Liam does, though. Liam respects it a little bit more. Yeah, Craven Edge. That was a fun storyline. That should be in the animation, in the cartoon, which I can't wait for. Mike, yeah, imagine if Travis comes in and he's the next villain. That's what I'm saying. Like, I said Grog, like an evil Grog. I think that would be too powerful though. But yeah, if Travis just kind of kept coming as different NPCs to either help them or enemies to hurt them, like I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be fun as a player. Uh, Someone from my group wanted to do like a one shot where it's kind of Hunger Games esque, where they're in a big arena and they're fighting each other and a battle royal, but then you bring back people from the dead once you die, and you can't win anymore, but you're still in there killing people, and it seems like a lot of fun. So Travis kind of could do the same thing where he uh he plays the villains, the big bads, and that would keep, you know, difference between 7 and 8 is actually pretty big as far as players go. Uh, Anything over 6 in combat is it's pretty rough. That's why I think I was most impressed by the combat encounter in this one because Matt just handled it so well. It was really balanced. It didn't go too long. They still are figuring out their characters, so they still did great. Yeah, David Travis for Big Bad Evil Guy. I love it. I doubt it'll happen, but I love it. Um, I keep throwing out weird theories, and people people are getting like upset with me. Like, no, that can't happen. This can't happen. It's only been 10 years. I threw out that idea about like TJ Travis come back as a rogue, like TJ uh or Knott's son, and they're like, oh, it's been 10 years. They're gonna be too young. It's like we have dudamancy and time traveling and the happy fun ball. Like anything can happen. This is a world of magic. Like get weird with it. I think uh I think that's pretty much Talison's philosophy on things. Get weird with it. So I hope something weird happens. It's a magical fantasy land. Have some fun with it. Let Travis be the big bad evil guy. Mike, just have Travis have a couple characters every other week, then replace each other uh, as a personal suicide squad. See, I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be great. That's an idea to implement something in my own game. Actually, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Carmen, agree on Liam being very respectful towards Matt's game. Yeah, but it still sometimes feels like he's less cool towards Liam's mechanics and stuff versus everyone else's. I think that happens. I sometimes I feel like he's a lot easier on Marisha on the same kind of the same ticket there. But I mean it's nothing grotesque or whatever. No, he would be 14. He would be somewhere between 13 and 14 in the current campaign. So Yeah. It went 14's fine. In medieval times, people fought at 13 all the time. That was 13 was considered manhood then. You could be a rogue at 13 or 14. And what's the halfling's maturity? I think it's just like humans. But still, you could be a rogue at 13 or 14. I think that'd be fine. I mean, he's already shooting crossbows and stuff. Like TJ was a little younger, so but say he follows in his sister's footsteps and the cobalt soul is, has the happy fun ball and they're searching through stuff and he wanders in and he's in there for years and comes out and it's only been 1 year. He's been in there for 10, then that's easily explainable. The chocolate chip. Yeah, I think we talked about it. I think we said he'd be 14 now. So um so I recognize it because I used to do it to my younger brother when I DM, and I feel bad now in retrospect. Yeah, I don't think he's doing it that bad, but I definitely see what you're saying, or I definitely feel it's there a little bit. Have you guys watched any of Liam's DMing? I really like him as a DM. I think he does a great job. Yeah, Carmen, he's also going to learn magic stuff from Caleb too. I forgot about that. And Caleb, what was Caleb training in? Dudamancy. Do a whole Dragon Ball Z. What was their time capsule thing where they trained in up at Tommy's place? Man, why is my brain not working? But they go in there for a week and it'll be a year, and it's a good way to get some training done. Did Marisha take a second level of sorcery? I didn't even pay attention to that. Was that after the session, John? I mean that's big. That tells us a lot. That means that she used to be a warlock and now she's going sorcerer, and that tells us a ton. Yeah, the hyperbolic chamber. Thank you, Charles and Mike. Hyperbolic time chamber. Yeah, I mean, why can't you do that? It's mad. It's D&D. Of course you can. David isn't a 13, 14-year-old rogue, just an emo kid. Pretty much. Shops at Hot Topic. That's big. That's big right there. I was thinking it was the other way around. I was thinking she used to be a sorcerer, and then she made some deal and became a warlock. So now we may never know what her patron is or what it was because she's no longer doing stuff. Um, David, you wonder what she gained by taking the sorcerer level. A lot of people think she's going towards that tons of the infinite spell slot thing where you're get your stuff refreshes in a short rest and then they're able to do something that gives you a short rest. There's a combo out there somewhere. That's big. I need to write that down because that's going to be some theories coming off of that one. Mike, what if she ends up the campaign as a lich? I think it'd be great. I think liches uh are super cool. Wonder what her phylactery maybe her rat as her phylactery. Night Shift 0, I mean, at Sorcerer 3, she'll get her, meta magic, which means quickened Eldritch Blast. It'd be sick, it'd be strong. Try to the old, it's like Coffin Lock build. Red Max, the Happy Fun Ball makes time go slower inside of it. Well, you can turn it though, or everything outside of it goes faster. So it will be bad for training because everyone outside. But you can change it though, right? The more you mess around with it, or was that one of the things that was set? I thought um you could change it. I could be wrong on that, but that's what I remember is that the way that you turn it and move it around, um, you can speed up, slow down time, how time flows inside of it. Karma Steel, she needs 3 level sorcerer for the bonus of her dark vision. Yeah, and she said something tonight that made me think she has her levels planned out. Because I think she said, "Oh, I don't think I get that until uh or do I have this spell yet? I don't think I get it until I hit level 5 or something like that." And it wasn't the ring thing where she had a level that was Imogen with the level 5 spell in her ring. But Marisha said something about her character not getting a certain she didn't know if she had a certain spell yet or if that's when she turns level 5. So she already has her levels planned out. I'm not a big fan of that. I like having an idea, but being ready for story to change it. So we'll see though. Charles, yeah, they can change it. That's what I thought. Carmen said, "Yeah, you have to know how." Um, but the mage who has it, and I can't think of his name right now, but the mage who has it knew how to do that because they rescued him from the dreadnought, right? So he's alive and well as far as we know. They didn't learn how, but dude knows how, so he could do it for them or show them. I mean, his life is indebted to them at this point because spoilers, they saved him. Night Shift Zero, there was a tower inside that controlled the flow of time, if I remember correctly. Well, dude was in the. You talking about the tower that the ball's in, or is there was a tower in the ball? Karma Steel, they didn't figure it out, but Matt said it had different settings. They didn't figure out, but I thought did the mage not figure it out? I know the group did. Oh dog, yeah, I was looking forward to level 5. Yeah, see, I didn't imagine that. So she has that all planned out. Karma Steel, 3 levels of shadow. Sorcerer lets her see in her own magical darkness. She was talking about being immune to poison. Oh, that was it. Her immunity to poison. She's wondering if she had immune to poison yet. So yeah, so she already has it all planned out in her head, which is good that she knows what she wants to do. Um, as long as you're not set to it to where you're not going to let the story overtake you. Like Travis did that, where he had a plan with his warlock, and then took paladin, and he said later that that was all like in the moment type of a thing, where he changed based on how the story was unfolding for him. And I thought that was a more natural way to do it. Charles, I think between the 3 wizards researching it, they can figure it out. Yeah, for sure. And they've had 10 years to do it. Remax, it was said that they didn't figure it out. Okay. Okay, so maybe they didn't figure it out yet. They had 10 years. I know he was messing around with it. So it's still easy to say that they figured it out. Pod Dragon, Fern had the spell ring, was magic item from EXU. That was awesome. Did she get to use it in EXU? I know she got it. I know there's a couple things they got and they didn't get to use. I felt like she used it once, but I don't remember. Meow meow. Have I seen you in here, meow meow? Well, welcome if I have not. I have a feeling Duggar, or whatever the vicious fluid taking on his form, is still alive, given that Shade Creepers were still attacking and the slime remained. Well, we know he's still alive because he turned to ash just like they did. So he went back to, or whatever that was that was possessing him, went back to whatever realm was from. So the Nine Hells or whatever. So we know that he went back there. It's going to be a painful process. I expect that he will return stronger than ever and just kind of haunt them. They've had stuff like that happen before, and I think that's the only reason they didn't take his house was because they can just come back after a few months of a painful regeneration. Night shift 0, there's a tower in the ball. I remember there's a ton of stuff in the ball. Okay, tower in the ball where you can control it. They ran past the wall running from the golem. There you go. So they had some inclinations. Tower with the cogs turning outside where Ford wasted the anti-magic grenade. Yeah, okay. All right, now it's ringing some bells. Yeah. What's up, Bathel? How you doing tonight or this morning? It's morning for me. Did Hallis ever get out of the soul gem? Not that I remember. Bathel, you Irish. Who, me? No. Negative. Negative. Chocolate chip. Wonder what Hallis is up to these days. I wouldn't be surprised if he made a little appearance trying to tempt these guys. See if because Fern would be down. If Fern gets a hold, or if Hallis gets a hold of Fern, that she's gonna make the deal. So I think that would be fun because I felt like Matt really wanted that to happen. Yeah, we have a new subscriber a couple weeks back. Great kind of. Thank you, thank you. I have a new video that I'm gonna post Saturday where I put a bunch of Ashton's audio stuff together, and I uh, drew a picture, did some artwork, and on my iPad, and it time lapses it, and so I think it's gonna be really cool. It's the only reason I haven't posted a ton of stuff. I posted like 3 things this week, and that's why, because I was working on that. And so let me know if you see that. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. If it's something that you think I should do, I think it's really really cool, and I get to put my drawing into it, which is fun. But and then I want to do I want to draw all the characters with the scenes and do it like in a Dragon Ball Z style or a Naruto style. Like I think Laudna in a Naruto style would be really fun. Or I'm in a probably Dragon Ball style would be a lot of fun. Um, what up, Brant? Good to see you here, man. Shouldn't you be asleep? Mike Fern would turn that gem into the centerpiece of a daisy chain tiara. Yeah. She'd make the deal, man. Carmen Steele, the wizard whom we can't remember, tossed the soul gem into an extra planar space, and we never heard of it. That's true. But Fern has connections to our taggin, and our taggin could definitely go and find that, and it would have motivation too. Carmen 115 here. It's so I'm an hour difference from you. Getting ready for work. You doing more night jobs? Are they doing that 95 job again, or still? I do not miss those days, man. But you enjoy making 5 times more than me. Charles Lawton and Naruto style would just be yours. Yeah, well, that's pretty much what I was thinking. It would look a lot like that. So it would fit really well. Speaking of jewelry, where did Fern hang the earring she stole? No idea. She's got to have like a bag of holding or something, which is a bunch of stolen jewelry in it. Carmen still not saying we can't find it or come across again. Oh yeah, for sure. I wasn't saying you were. I'm glad you reminded me where it happened. I totally forgot what happened to it. I just want to see Fern get the party into trouble on accident. Like it's Ren Ashton's waist because he stole it from her. That's right, he did. I should have put that in my drawing. David, 917 a night for you. Where does that put you? 917 a night. Because Hawaii is 7 hours. Where are you from? Oh, that'd be 8. I don't know where you're from, man. What part of the world you from, David? And Mike, 1018. Guam, there you go. A lot of Navy people retire, or not retire out there. They were supposed to set up a Navy base in Guam. I never got to go though. Eads is in Sydney. Carmen's in New Zealand. Yeah, so Sydney is 718, and I think Hawaii is 1018 right now. So somewhere between there. Or you're just guessing? I like Colorado. Or leading the way. Was there anything else I was planning to? No, we had our first death save. Fern on her soup bowl. I thought that was fun. Yeah, I just want to see when you guys thought Travis would come in, and if you guys wanted to, if anyone was up for doing Thursday D&D sessions on Roll20 during the whenever they're doing breaks. Not this Thursday, obviously, but after those. I like that they're still doing the Laudna's Whispers. I think that's a ton of flavor there. Other than that, I want to do see a fan art of the rat, old Derolo surfing on the dwarfs like goo form. Carmen Imogen was one save from death. Yeah, that was. I mean, any explosion would have done her in. Pate, thank you. That's too bad, Charles. Well, congrats on the new job, but that's gonna be rough working Thursday nights. I just had to switch my job, so I lost and working 5 more hours a week. So that's pretty much one less video to do every week. Yeah, Imogen's so used to the whispers, not being phased at all. I like that. The dynamic between her doing her form, trying to or scaring him, and then that Duggar doing his form and scaring her, and so you just had a bunch of creepy stuff. And then Matt's quote was during the Jizz Fest. He said supposed to be it was supposed to be cool and creepy. Poor Matt trying to make something cool and creepy, and everyone just calls it Jizz the entire time. Carmen, so yeah, Imogen hears all those whispers. I was afraid she'd die because I really want to see her. I really want to see her backstory. I want to see that Dark Phoenix moment. Mike alphabetize was. I've never seen that command. Oh, that was great, and Matt had to figure out what that meant. And complete. That's a good spell too. Yeah, Duggar crawling out of the hole was creepy and gross, and then Pate just surfing on it. I thought it was black goo. Was it white cloudy goo, or were they just saying that? Either way, it was lots of fun. But all right, well, hey, I hope you guys have a great. Any of my American friends here have a great Thanksgiving. He said translucent cloudy goo. That's just his fault. I thought it was black, but that's if not, that's his fault. And then when Laudna like dripped it up into her hands, that was kind of gross. Yeah, I think they're just saying that. Yeah, could have been the black could have been Laudna's. That's what I could have been thinking. If he made it white or translucent cloudy goo, that's his own fault. Like he has no one to blame but himself. But yeah, man, I hope you guys have a good week next week. I don't even know. So I guess no stream next week. I'm gonna put together. I got an offer to people want me to DM for them as a paid gig, so I'm gonna try that out. And so I need to start testing out some one shots, build some characters. So I'm gonna do a bunch of character building videos this week. Just do little live streams and build out a bunch of characters for new players who haven't played before. So if you guys see me doing that, jump on and throw some suggestions my way. Roll some dice for my stats and stuff like that. It'll be fun. Mike, you thought the goo was purple? I don't even know. I'll rewatch it this weekend and get all the details down. Carmen, you have a friend that does paid DM stuff. Yeah, you can make really good money. I mean, I know of people that's their only job and they make solid money doing it. But I think I'm gonna do it on Saturdays. Owner of a business hit me up, said a couple people recommended me for to do it. So I've done a lot of one shots and stuff for just new people, just to introduce them into the game. So this will be interesting getting paid for it when it's just something you enjoy doing. Yeah, world building is my favorite part. Like I still have some parts of continents to fill out in my world, but world building's lots of fun. It's just, I mean, once you get into the game, it makes everything else go so smooth. It's tough for me to run other people's modules because I don't. It, half of DMing is just BSing, and you can't. It's hard to BS on when you don't know everything inside and out. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee, so I'm not from here. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada area, but I am in Memphis, Tennessee right now. Well, David, hey, it doesn't matter if you're American or not. Get yourself some turkey, pumpkin pie, some stuffing, and you can celebrate with us. And anytime to any excuse to stuff your face is always good, right? Did we ever figure out where David was from? We were asking you where you're from, David. You said it was 9 o'clock where you were at. 9:15. Well, 9:25 now. 9:26. He's from New Zealand? Okay. I missed it then. I think you said that last week, and we talked about it for a second. I love New Zealand. Like, it is legit one of the most beautiful places in the world. So, and like I said, I was stationed in Hawaii for 3.5 years, and I preferred New Zealand to Hawaii. So it's amazing out there, and the people, for the most part, are super nice. Charles, people in your shop that you're playing at Texas always look pretty. Well, that's the thing. There's a shortage of DMs. I wanted to be a player, but I kind of fell into DMing because just no one else was doing it. So I was like, all right, I'll do it just so we can get together and play. Yeah, my bad, David. I did not see it up there. I do remember you saying that last time though. Yeah, see, Carmen's on it. Yeah, there's a couple places in Texas that have some really good shops. Houston has a couple good nerd shops. Um, Dallas has a couple decent ones. There's a weird area like uh, Oklahoma, kind of the western side of Arkansas, where there's kind of a unheard, and then Texas, where there's an unheard nerd population there. That's pretty great. David, you take Hawaii over New Zealand. Hawaii is great to visit. It's rough to um, stay at. My wife is blonde hair, blue eyes, and they do not like that there. They're not fans of Howleys out there, so they're like, we had a lot of people just walking down the beach and they get jumped and stuff. So it was a little, you had to be careful. This is as light as I get though, so I was fine, and I'd get a tan out there, and I was golden. They liked me, but they don't really care for white people out there. I don't blame them. And we during World War II we bombed all their stuff, man. Did I lose my mic? I think I lost my mic. Check. Well, there we go. But yeah, no, I had good experiences, but I saw some scary stuff out there. It was a lot of fun though. We do shark diving and surfing, and we did a lot of ocean kayaking. That was a lot of fun. David, I know Christchurch has a wizard, but I don't remember him getting fired. They had a town wizard. I need to look this up. Okay, I'm glad you guys hear me. That's funny. Charles, okay, you're from north of Dallas. Yeah, that's a good. That's a not a bad area. I'm not a fan of all the Dallas sports teams, but Dallas people are actually pretty good. I don't like the sports teams because, well, the Cowboys, because everyone outside of Dallas is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and you just see them everywhere. And that just makes everything worse. But I actually really like all the people from Dallas that I've met. He's more durable than a D&D wizard. Most everyone is until up to like 15. Did you get to try the Molokai sweetbread? Yeah. I got to try a lot of their stuff. I guess I befriended a couple locals, and they showed me all the coolest places that tourists don't get to go to. And there's a place right outside of Kailua that literally had like, it was like a sea turtle breeding ground. So you just had like 20, 30 sea turtles, and you're in like knee deep water. Um, but you have to go like through house like yards and stuff to get there, or alleyways and stuff to get there. And it was but just a bunch of places like that, and they show me all the best stuff. if you ever go to Oahu, the macadamia nut farm is the best place to go. Has everything you want. Uh, that's where they filmed like 51st Dates and Jurassic Park and all that kind of stuff. But it's they got the best luau's, the best fresh fruit, all that kind of stuff, like coconut and pineapple and good food. Charles, yeah, the America's team, right? So I hear nonstop. I've worked like 7 different places, and there's always a coworker from Dallas, or not from Dallas, someone who's not from Dallas that is a Cowboys fan. So I hear about them nonstop. They look good this year though, so hopefully they'll do something so people can stop complaining. All right, we're down to the faithful 8. Um, like I said, if anyone wants me to DM something for them, I'm gonna be testing out some stuff, and Thursdays might be a good night to do it. If not, then I'll just miss you guys on Thursdays, man. Mike, funniest thing about those macadamia nut farms is that they have a guy that hunts the wild boars that trespass on the farm property, and they let him keep the meat. Yeah, I wonder, is the high chief still over there? See, when I was there, they had the high chief was there, and he was like ranked number one fire, like world fire dancer, and he had all the legit tattoos they did with like whalebone, and it's from up above the hips all the way down to the thighs. Uh, and he did it the legit way, where it just took weeks and weeks, and he'd soak in the ocean and go get more done, soak in the ocean, and he was telling us all the stories. That dude was hilarious, but he was so funny, man. But he was legit. He was legit. I was over sexist comments he made. I mean, that'll do it these days. That will do it. People getting canceled everywhere. Charles said because they're the most recognizable and valuable sports organization in the world, which is true. Uh, yeah, no, they hit and they were popular at all the right times when uh all the right times in the NFL, like when TV coverage, mainstream TV coverage and stuff started. They were they were at the top of the game, and they've had those good teams every 20 years or so that just go on those runs. And they had I think the cheerleaders actually have a big part to do with it too. But you start getting tired of seeing them. Start getting tired of seeing the Cowboys fans everywhere. You almost want to hate them just to annoy people at work. Yeah, the '90s teams, man. I voted for Buffalo on both of those Super Bowls. They're fun. I mean, it's always nice to. I always tell people, if you have a good villain, that's the only way to have the best heroes, to have a really good villain. So I appreciate them as a good villain. But all right, it's past my bedtime. So you guys, like I said, have a good Thanksgiving for all my American people, for all my non-Americans out there. Get yourself some turkey, smoke it or deep fry it. Get some mashed potatoes, some stuffing, and celebrate with us. Charles, you're not an obnoxious fan. There's plenty of obnoxious. It's the fans that from Dallas that annoy me. And one of my best friends is that guy. So, and we have that discussion I can appreciate any real fan. I don't know if I've ever rotisserie a turkey. I rotisserie chickens all the time. So that might not be. Smoked is still my favorite. Fried is really good. I'm gonna have to try rotisserie. That sounds really good. You watched a video where they did a turkey au pastor. What does that even mean? Please explain this to me. I cook a lot, and I've never heard that term. All I know is I'm ready for some homemade pumpkin pie. That's my favorite. I think I gained like 35 pounds over 35, 40 pounds over COVID during all that, and that turkey and pumpkin pie ain't gonna help me take it off. But it's worth it. It's delicious. Right. I'll keep in the comments and say so. Pastor's way of roasting usually in street cards for tacos. Ah, okay. I love street food. Some of the best food is usually street food, man. Okay. All right, I'm with you now. Mexican shawarma. Yeah, you got that Tex-Mex down. I make a legit guacamole. Speaking of Mexican food, because I grew up out west, and you got to know how to make a legit guacamole. And I might make that tomorrow. Or do a blackened shrimp quesadilla and make some put some legit guacamole on it. See, I'm up for that. We have a place out here called what is it called? I can't think of the name of it now. But it's kind of like Texas Day Brazil, but it's a little cheaper than Texas Day Brazil, but it's like but they that's how they cook their stuff. So that I've never had turkey roasted that way. Pineapple is actually how they do is the dessert they do with that. No, that sounds good. There's nowhere out here to get that, I'm sure, but I'm gonna write that down and see if I can cook that up sometime. See, that's why these post shows are so great, man. Get some legit recipes. Now I'm gonna go to bed freaking hungry. Dude, some of those university cooking places are good. Like people when they have the people from the culinary schools cooking there, like you can get some really good food on the cheap. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. And so we have travel plans for the weekend, so our fridge is pretty much empty except for Thanksgiving stuff. So I can't even like go in there and make something good. But those post Thanksgiving turkey sandwiches are the best. I'll do some legit turkey stuffing, melt some cheese on it, toast the bread. Nothing like it. I can eat that for months afterwards. Food 52 sweet heat. I will look that up because that's how I learned to cook. I finally mastered my fillet. Dude, I do when I cook my steaks, my fillets, uh just salt and pepper and butter. And it is legit like the best food in the world. Salt, just properly seasoning your food and cooking it right. It's all timing. Everything has to be within 15 seconds or you're going to overdo it. And so it's not a tough recipe to do, but it's attention. You have to pay a lot of attention to what you're cooking. But I mean, I can cook up a high end restaurant steak now with just salt, pepper, and butter, and it's I need to make that. But I watched a bunch of videos, but then I got a buddy who's a sous chef in Kansas City, I think, is where he's at now, and he walked me through the steps. Rick Sanchez. Any relation to Dirty Sanchez? Tacos with leftover turkey. See, now you got my brain going. Charles, yeah, that's a huge mistake people don't know about. You gotta let the meat sit, man. It's something I wasn't doing, and with fillets, they're so thick, it's got to be at least an hour and a half. Most your other steaks, an hour is perfect. With fillets, it has to be at least an hour and a half because it's just a thicker cut. And if your middle is not the same temperature as the outside, it's not going to cook right. Oh, you're a chef? There you go. See, so I didn't even gotta brag or say nothing. That and then the other big thing he told me about was after searing it. So sear it, uh, then put in the oven. So sear it 2 minutes each side, uh, properly seasoning it, basting it on the second side, put in the oven, then letting it sit for 10 minutes. He told me all the chemistry behind letting it sit for 10 minutes, letting the proteins release, and then warming it back up. Um, get the pan piping hot to warm it back up for about another minute. And man, it's amazing. But yeah, that's like, and then you know, sea salt and freshly ground pepper. You over those like night and day over those little cheap salt and pepper things I grew up with. Charles knows. I ain't gotta say nothing. Charles can school us. See, I haven't tried reverse searing yet. I may try that. Uh, may try that next time. I like it so much where it's at, but I need to try it just to see if I like it more. So with the reverse sear, does it change the temperature, or are you still trying to get a certain that the same temperature for each for medium rare, medium, and all that stuff? Like, does it change everything up, or just the is everything the same? Saltimbocca? No, I'm not. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I've not tried that. Okay, same temps. I'll try that out. I'll definitely try that out. See, I stopped using the grill for most things once I learned to properly season meat, sear meat, bake it in the oven. Like I just I can control so much more in the kitchen than I can on the grill, and I grew up grilling my entire life, so once I learned you could actually do everything in the kitchen, it made things a lot better. Burgers too. I can't go out and get burgers anymore because everyone overdoes them because they're all afraid of salmonella or E. coli or whatever. But learning to do burgers with the kind of a similar technique, like, and then making my own sauce for them. Yeah, garlic and thyme. That's the other ingredient that I've done. I don't just my own personal taste. I don't like as much, uh, but it's what everyone says you gotta do. It is good. I just something about just the proper seasoning with salt and pepper that just I feel like the meat itself sings more when I do it that way. Like chicken, pork, or veal, pounded thin, sage. I can't wait for people to go back and watch this, expecting D and getting some cooking lessons. Yeah, see, I can't keep reading this because this is gonna make me want to cook us some real food. Yeah, I might be putting too much in it, so I'll try that and bring it take it back a little bit, see if I like it more. Because I started learning some Italian food. I think I tried my first uh, risotto this next week. Try to do my first attempt at that. But when I started doing Italian food, I started using clove or garlic and everything. So, all right, I really do got to go. You guys are killing me now. All right, Charles, I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up whenever I try that. Let you know how it goes. I have not tried baking bread. I know someone who bakes bread, and it's amazing. They also raise their own chickens, and so getting like everything fresh from farm fresh is just again another game changer. Like it sucks because you don't want to be that arrogant person, but when you after you eat like real food, legit food prepared right, it's really tough to go to processed food, which is so much more convenient. Hey, I'm gonna keep doing them. Like I look forward to these, even if we got two people in here. Uh, I love the community, man. So, all right, I will. We'll see you guys next week. So after that, I'll be posting some videos about just general character creation. But be looking for that action video because that's the one I'm really I put a lot of time into it, and hopefully it'll be a new thing. If not, then it's fun to do. So hey, good on you and growing your own food, man. It's a skill that people should have just in case, but that's not an easy thing to do. They're so temperamental. Right. I'll check you guys later.